Hello, everyone. Hello, I am Mark, also known as Nara101 on Twitch. I am an Austrian game developer, and I have the great honor to bring you a session of How to Be a Hero, which we heard was made by a German online broadcasting station called Rocket Beans. It is now open source and handled by a non-profit community of people, unfortunately all German. I have been denied to do the English translation 3 times now. Maybe that changes after today. But yeah, that's so far to me. The system is pretty easy. We have no set in stone skills. Every player could just pick and choose whatever they wanted. Put some points in it. The points are just the percentages of how likely it is that the skill succeeds. And we only need a D100 to see whether or not something fails or works. Before we get to the introduction of the wonderful people at my virtual table here, I want to rile up Team Chaos, because if by the end of this session, Team Chaos rules supreme, I will donate £20 per player that survives this session, and that includes the third person that unfortunately could not attend. But yeah, make me proud, Team Chaos. And without further ado, let's get our lovely people an introduction. Mack, would you kick us off? Who are you? Who are you playing today? And why are you in prison, or why would you be in prison?
Oh, wow. Hi, I'm Mac. There's nothing hugely interesting about me as a person, but my character is very interesting. I'm playing Lyrus, your very typical male elf who is a little bit perhaps sheltered in the world, likes to tinker with some things, get engaged in some science. Was hired to do a job for the local government, and let's just say it didn't go very to plan. Things may have blown up. It wasn't his fault, and he will go to his grave insisting it wasn't. But he's currently in prison for that, and is looking to get loose, I think. And hoping his other
We'll see.
prisoners might be able to help in the matter, because he's not going to be able to get out by himself.
All right, with that, I'll present to you the streamer with the reputation of being faceless and pantsless. You cannot prove me otherwise. Steve, would you like to introduce yourself and your character, and why are you in prison?
Hi, I'm Steve. I am most definitely faceless, and the other thing, let's not. I can neither confirm nor deny. Uh, my character is called. His name is Samuel Shadowshine, which is a sort of a theme with all characters I play. I like alliteration, and they all have S names. I don't know why. It just is a thing that I like to do. Um, he's a half orc, um, and he works as a bouncer at the local tavern. Uh, he is in prison because he was found over the dead body of a patron at the bar who may or may not have been causing chaos, and he may or may not have been the last person to see him alive, and he may or may not have done it. So, and he may or may not be rightfully in prison for the right thing, or maybe he didn't do it. Yeah, that's me, and that's Sam.
Great, I'm in
All
prison
right.
with a murderer.
You don't know that yet. So that's gonna be our session for the night. We would have had a third player, unfortunately, due to private things. They could not attend. But they are with us in spirit. Before we kick off the session and what this whole imprisonment thing is, I just want to remind both of my players that on occasions, you will get points from me, skill points. So how to be a hero, just you throw points at people and they put it into skills. This session is going to be a tiny bit different in the sense of that I will give free floating points to both players at different stages of the session, and they can choose to put these points whenever they needed to roll something or whenever they feel like it into either skills that they already have to make them better, or to acquire new skills that they didn't have before so they could adapt to whatever situation comes along. You're currently starting out with none of these points, but just so that you are aware and that the chat knows how the session's going to play out. And unfortunately, we're not 3 people, because otherwise I could have kicked off the session with, a rogue, a fighter, and an artificer walk into a bar, what happens next? Well, of course, they end up in prison. It's the classic fantasy dilemma. But our two may or may not be innocents tried to get away from the mighty arm of the law by crossing the northern border. But they put trust in the wrong people and they got ratted out and are now in a damp, rather cold prison. At least they provided you with some blankets. And they have given you one torch that keeps the prison cell lit and slightly warmer, if not more comfortable. So was Lyris, right? I'm so bad with names. Lyris, yes. Lyris, yeah, you are leaning against the wall, wrapped up in your blanket, and you see across from you on the other side of the prison a hulking figure of what you would discern as a half-orc who barely can cover his shoulders with the blanket that they provided and is kind of shivering a little bit. And now my favorite sentence of every tabletop RPG. What would you like to do?
Hi. You're very big. How did they get you in here?
I walked in basically. It was difficult, because, and I gestured to myself, look at all of this. But when you, I didn't want to cause a scene, and I don't like to fight, and I didn't want to get my parents into trouble. So I figured it would be best for everyone if I just willingly cooperated and let justice find its way. Well, that seems so cheesy, doesn't it? That's it. That's I.
Oh, sorry, I made an assumption. I shouldn't have done that just because you're very muscular and very tall and look like you could probably. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Hi, Lyris. It's not nice to meet you.
I am Sam. It's nice to meet you. So did you do it, or
Do what?
I don't know. Why are you here?
Just a bit of a misunderstanding. Miscalculation. Yeah.
Yes.
Nobody was hurt. Nobody was hurt, and that's the important thing.
Well, at least you're doing better than I am. One person was definitely hurt. They're not hurting anymore, but.
Shit, someone died?
More or less. Yeah, they died. There's no use.
And they died because of you.
No, it's a little bit fuzzy. I'm not. I'm like 99% sure I didn't kill him, but also
you're pleading insanity. I understand. I've got you. If you need someone to back it up, I've tried
very good defense.
They just said I was eccentric. I disagree, but largely because it would have helped me get out. Look, okay, so maybe it blew up a little bit. All I'm saying is if I knew it was going to blow up, I would have got a better insurance policy. Clearly, I didn't know it was going to happen because I didn't have one. Sorry.
I don't know how much of a defense that is, but hey, it's better than mine, where I don't even know what happened. So
yeah, go with that insanity plea. Something about amnesia, retrograde. I don't know. Somebody attacked you, hit you over the head. You don't remember anything.
That would work if I was about, I don't know, 2 feet shorter. But how is anybody going to hit the back of my head?
They could have dropped something from a tall building. Like a piano. That probably would have dented you. I'm sorry. That was unsensitive. I'm not great with people.
Neither am I. So this is great. Perfect cellmates.
Yeah. Well, if we stay here, we're never going to be good with people. Did they tell you a trial date? Because they didn't tell me one. And
They
I'm
did
not
tell you that you're going to be here for the night, and the
Okay.
next day they're gonna transport you to where your court session, quote unquote, is gonna be.
Lovely. So tomorrow's probably, if you're going to make a break. Look, I get that you want to come peacefully, and that's great. I'm not sure that the legal system's going to treat us fairly, particularly because we were both very definitely innocent.
I agree, and I feel like the only reason I'm still here is because of the way that I look. And they just saw a big dude standing over a dead
Yeah.
body, like obviously he did it.
Yeah.
Because of
Wait,
course he did
they
it.
saw you standing over a dead body?
Did I say that? No, that's not what
Yes, you
happened.
just
No,
said
it
that.
was,
You said you didn't remember what happened. That somebody just died.
no, I know, but like that's all I remember. I remember just seeing the dead body. I don't remember
You're
how
just
the
standing
body
over a dead
became
body.
dead.
Okay, great. Were you covered in blood?
But
Were you holding a
no,
weapon?
I wasn't. I was not, because see, I'm wearing the same clothes that I was, and there's no blood. See, when I
Oh, so
try to
you just
turn
like
as much
broke
as I
their
can.
neck. Great, great. You could kill me with your bare hands. Excellent. Good to know. You didn't need a weapon.
As Lyris goes into a fit of rage, you can hear from upstairs a door clashing open. Hey, be quiet, you two! Want to get
You
at
can't-
least a couple of hours of sleep?
If you want a couple of hours sleep, you're gonna let us go. You can't stop us talking.
Well, I can come down there and tie you up, if that is more to your liking.
Maybe tie up this guy.
Look, I'm not against that, but also, do you have ropes big enough to hold me?
Those prisoners, they're not what they used to be, and you hear the door clash.
Absolutely no follow through. Just
Okay, so we
threats.
have to get out
Empty
of here then.
threats. You probably could have run and they wouldn't have actually followed.
Yeah, but I also had to think about my parents. You know how this place is. If they can't find you, they'll go after the next closest thing. And my parents are not like me. They aren't. They can't fight for themselves. So I didn't want to blow back on them.
Well, you seem really sweet for a murderer.
You seem pretty
I'm
sweet for a devil.
I will choose to take it as a compliment. Because I might be physically smaller, but I'm emotionally bigger. I'm gonna go and light this torch and sit in the corner and try and feel my fingers.
Yeah,
Because right now I don't.
the torch is lit. So that's
Oh,
that's the
great.
light
I'm
that
gonna
you
go
got.
and hold this torch in the corner and try and warm up my fingers.
It works somewhat.
This is not
The
gonna
night
last very long.
passes. The night passes as you're both very tired from shivering for a couple of hours. You pass the torch back and forth, and you get at least a couple of hours of sleep before the sun rises once more over the mountains of the Northern Kingdoms. And a couple of guards can come downstairs, seemingly very much prepared to the big burly half orc who is currently in prison. So there's like about 6, 7 guards with weapons at the ready that are coming into your cell, tying you up, and then they lead you outside where a horse carriage, a wooden horse carriage, is already prepared for your journey. They put you on the backboard. Then you see them hurl a couple of crates and chests on the back as well, and then you start as the sun is high up enough and the winds of the mountains are not as harsh as they usually are, towards the pass to the north, where at the next possible base you should receive your deserved judgment. And you're, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes of bumpy horse carriage ride. Later, you sit in the back of the carriage, taking in the scenery, what would you like to do?
Wait, do I fit in the carriage?
Yeah, you fit. Like the bench on one side, that is basically you, and you're sitting there cowering with knees tucked, and somewhere on the other side where there's still space left, Lyris is sitting there, scooted into the last space that the carriage can offer.
With all of the crates and the
Yep.
chests on one side where Lyris is.
Yes. It's an open carriage, so it's really just like a very simple horse-drawn carriage.
And how many guards are accompanying us? All
There
6, 7,
are-
or were they just there to transport us into the cart?
They were just there to transport you in the cart. Apparently, they only leave you with 2 guards who are both sitting on the front and block. One is holding the reins of the horse and steering along the road, and they are currently kept busy by idle chit chat.
And
Yeah.
I'm assuming we know where we're going, as in where the judgment is going to take place, or is that some place we haven't been before?
It is a place you haven't been before. You tried to get across the northern border before, and that's when you got caught. And then they said that they don't have anybody who can speak judgment on you at the base where they imprisoned you for the night. So they're gonna just take you to the larger base where a general will take care of you two. In what form or another, they didn't specify.
Lyris is sort of whispering, kind of relying on the sound of the cart over dirt road and horses clopping hooves to mask a little bit of his voice. I know you're worried about your parents, which is honestly very sweet. But pitch, you break out, get your parents, and go on the run with them.
Breakout show on the run with them. They're old. I don't know how much of a plan that is. Why do you want to break out so bad? Like, if you haven't done anything wrong, if we haven't done anything wrong, we can vouch for each other, right? We can give each other alibis.
Sure, I was definitely the reason that you being found stood over a body. I can attest that you weren't stood over a body. You were getting drinks with me in a different bar.
Yeah, and it was a different bar.
I don't know if alibis work. If you were literally found at the scene of the crime. Just to be like, I'm not great on the legal system, but I feel like we might not succeed with that.
You're right. You know, I'm not very smart, so I can't come up with the ideas. I could.
Either.
You are the brains of the operations.
You managed to blow up a place, so you knew how to make a thing to blow something up. So I would say you are smarter than I am, for sure.
Okay, but like anyone can make something blow up if they get enough black powder.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something else there, and I was going to get a little bit mad, but...
We make assumptions about me.
Well, okay. Do you want to get out of here? Can we get to the next step?
I mean, we can wait, but I don't really like the whole not being in control of my own destiny thing, and that kind of feels like we're headed towards that right now. Like, if we want to break out, if hypothetically we wanted to break out, this would basically be it. Because when we get to the next location, we're probably going to be found guilty. Because for you at least, there doesn't seem to be anyone else here. So you're their only suspect, and you were found over the body.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Question: are the ropes tied to are my hands bound, or are my hands bound to the cart?
Your hands and feet are bound with a very sturdy rope, so you tucked away at it. But maybe if you put your all into it, you might get rid of them. But you're not bound to the carriage. No.
Okay.
They were just
Uh,
they set you down. Your hands were already tied before, and then they tied your legs so you can like jump out of the carriage and run away.
and there's two soldiers in front of us who are guiding the carriage.
They're two Imperial guards apparently. They're in full clad armor and have a sword on their hips. But they don't deem you any mind. So they were the one is talking like, have you been to the market district in spring? It is gorgeous, but damn those prices.
Oh, now I like the guy and I don't want to hurt him.
I'm sorry.
Immediately like the guy. Like springtime. Understands the cost of living crisis. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Also, just as a quick point, don't know if it is the case, but feel like it's probably relevant, Sam. The crates and the chest, like, I came in to prison with some shit.
Yep.
I don't know if you did, but they're probably in at least one of those chests because they'd want to transport our stuff with us. Like, they're probably not going to set a separate transport. So I like if there's some family memento you want to get back, or a weapon that you definitely weren't using to murder someone. There are some chests.
You are right. You are absolutely correct. I do have a couple of mementos that I would like to not be passed around amongst the guards for them to laugh at.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can you do anything from here? Can you do any of your magic blowing up stuff, or do you need materials for it?
No, I could try. I'm probably not blow something up, but I might be able to paralyze one of the guys, or shut down his brain temporarily.
Okay, that sounds violent.
Maybe. Maybe.
Just the that pen saying like, that sounds violent. not discernible whether or not he's into it or against it. It's just like, that sounds violent.
Yeah. I mean, it would be like passing out, probably. Probably. I've never had it done to me, so I don't really know. And to be honest, most of the people I've done it to, like, I'm not around when they wake up, if they wake up. So, sorry, yeah.
So you want to take the one on the left, I take the one on the right?
Yeah, this feels like such a terrible idea, but we don't have many options. Do you want to go for the crate first, or do you want to just do a bare hand? No, you like murdering people with bare fists. What am I talking about? Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I resent that.
Okay,
But
so
also-
what's the plan so I know what's going on? So
So
you're gonna use your electromagic, Lyris, to stun one of the two. Which one? The one that
yeah.
holds the horses or not? Because
The one that's
be.
holding the horses.
Okay.
Because we don't want the cart to suddenly take off. Like, I'm more likely to shut someone down. Yeah, try and mess with the electrical signals in their brain.
All right. And you, Samuel, you're trying to just knock him out. He has a helmet on.
So
you do know that.
My goal is to reach over him, use the rope to wrap around his neck with my hands, and try to knock him out. Like
Okay.
not knock him out, but like choke him out, but like
Mhm.
non-lethally. Non-lethally.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
very
Very important.
Okay.
They're wearing
What?
metal. Oh wow! I could have a
Yes.
field day with this.
Okay. So, what skill do you want to use, Samuel, for this? What do you have in acting that could do this?
So I'm thinking just bare fighting, like you use a chokehold. That's what I'm
That's
thinking.
fine.
That
That's
counts.
fine.
Yeah.
So, how much fighting do you have? Just so people know what you're
70
rolling.
plus 70 plus 13, so that's an 83. That's the threshold.
Okay. So, Samuel is rolling for fighting with a value of 83. That means he has to roll an 83 or lower, which is kind of a good good chance. And you, Laris, what are you rolling for?
I'm hoping to use electrokinesis.
Yes, you totally can
Makes
do that.
sense. Of a
And
value
you
of
try to
80.
shut the impulses in his brain off momentarily, so you just like nods off.
So it's not going to be permanent. I'm not affecting how much he can like I'm not affecting his movement or anything. It's just sort of the oscillation of brain waves. I'm just interrupting the oscillation of brain waves enough that it might it probably won't permanently put him down, but kind of that unconsciousness vibe.
All right.
Hopefully.
What's your roll? What value are you rolling for?
I have 80 plus 15, so 95.
Oh wow, okay, those are good chances. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it harder for you.
Thank
So
you.
please roll.
Oh, first roll of the game, actual game. 65.
Okay, that worked.
An 18.
18. Wow, that's very good.
Oh
So
wow.
you throw each other a gaze. Samuel is nodding, making himself ready, and at the internal count of 3, you can only hear so like, I mean, the everyday goods is has really high quality, but he is charging so much up front. It's ridiculous, and and then he gets yoinked by Samuel, and he tries to struggle, but he cannot fight against the hulking brute that is Samuel. And at the same time, the guy that has the reins looks over with a panic shock, and then how do you do your electrokinesis? Describe it for him.
So a lot of the things on that Lyris wears are able to conduct static of varying degrees. Particularly one, he's got a gold and lead and glass and copper amulet pieces around his neck. So even with his hands tied up, he's able to reach up, and as he watches Sam go for the lunge, he runs his fingers across them and pulls out static and just forces it in the direction of the guard. It's unfortunately doesn't make a nice flash bang. It's very subtle.
Yeah, so you feel like the air is vibrating for just a second as something jots into that other guard looking at shock at Samuel, choking out the other, and then a quick shake, and then he just like slouches forward, rein still in hand.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yeah,
Go to sleep.
and she seems to be gone. I mean, he doesn't make sleeping sounds per
Go to
se.
sleep. Shit.
But he's
Go to
just
sleep.
there
Shit.
and wobbles as the horses just carry on. And after a couple of seconds, the guard
I'll try
struggles
and
and then
grab them so they don't
Thanks.
fall off.
yeah, sure, you can do that. Yeah, no
Just
problem.
grab the back.
So
then
yeah,
look
the
frantically at
horses
Sam.
the horses don't seem to mind. They just keep walking along the trodden path. As you are both holding the now unconscious guards in hand. What do you want to do?
I don't know how long this is gonna last.
Steve, you're muted.
Sorry. I'm gonna pull the guard back into the carriage, set him down. It's okay. You're okay. Everything's fine. And I know he's passed out, but like that's just my way of yeah. And then I'm gonna pull out his sword and cut through our ropes, I guess, so that we can walk around, move around. That's the plan, right? And we need to.
Yep.
Great. Could you pick up this dude as well? I can't lift him.
Oh yeah, sure. And I lift the other dude back into the carriage with us. It's getting really crowded in here.
Yep.
Do we want to leave them on the side of the road?
As the horses feel that the tuck on the reins are now gone, they just slowly start to stop, and then they look around, sniff around, and then go to the next bush and have a nice morning snack.
This is good. I like this. Could you? Do we want to leave them on the side, or do we just want to run into the forest? Because there are options. Or we could take the horses and ride them. It was only like 20, 30 minutes back to. They don't have far to walk.
While you're discussing what to do next, can you? Does anybody of you have anything sort of perception, hearing, listening?
I have
Yeah, that's
listening.
about it. Spotting.
Oh, you have
something like this.
listening.
Please roll.
Oh, okay. I got a 30, and my threshold is 73.
Oh,
73.
wow.
So you did it. Yeah, you hear from the south where you're coming from, the sound of like flapping, like bird wings flapping, but like really, really big. And you also notice that like there's no nature sounds, no birds chirping around you. I mean, it's very cold, it's snowy, but at least you always have like some sounds from animals coming along, but it's dead silent now. Go on.
Oh, okay. I hear something. I don't like the sound of that. I am going to attempt something that. Do you trust me? I know we just met, but do you trust me?
You're a murderer. No, I don't.
Or do you want to live?
You're asking me that question as someone I believe you're a murderer. So yes, the answer is yes, I want to live. Please don't kill me.
No, I wasn't planning to. I don't intend to.
Okay, that's
I'm
nice.
going to unhook the carriage from the horses. And
can I open this chest before you do?
Sure. Do we have? I don't know if we have the time, but sure. Yeah.
I mean, the chests are the chests are locked, but since you have the two unconscious guards in the carriage, you see that one of them has a very large keychain on their hips, so it's not hard and not time consuming to find a way in.
You unhook the cart. I'll just open the chest.
Perfect. Yeah. Multitasking. No,
right.
Not multitasking. Yeah. That. Unhook the cart. Pat the horses gently while they're eating grass off the side of the road, and so my plan basically is to overturn the cart so the two of us can hide under it while whatever is flying over passes by.
Mm-hmm.
I love this plan.
Oh, sure. Right, yeah,
you
managed
to help overturn the cart.
So
I can maybe give you the idea of how physics could help you with leverage to overturn the cart.
I'll allow it. You can make a physics roll to tell him how to best turn over the cart, and then he gets a bonus for his roll.
Okay, I have 65 in mathematics / physics plus 12, so 77 is my my. Oh, I got a 22.
Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, you're walking around the carriage, taking all in all the angles and whatnot, and like the consistency of the ground that this whole thing is standing on, which is shoddy at best. And then you like point towards a pivot point where like one wheel is lower than the other, so they're not actually being perfectly balanced. And if you would like put enough weight into it on one side, he would be able to flip it over. You get a +10 on your strength roll, or what skill do you want to use? Do you have weightlifting or something like this? Shout out to the Himo round.
I probably should have. I just put down fighting as my skill, so I guess
you could punch it real hard.
I mean,
that's what I was gonna say.
let me check what you have here. I mean, fighting doesn't quite fit because fighting is also like how you move in combat, how you use technique to overcome your enemies, not just pure strength. I allow you to roll on your act skill.
Okay.
And you have a +10 bonus from Lyra. So to explain, each player character has 3 categories of skill: act, which is physical abilities; knowledge, which is stuff that is in his head, and interaction, which is something that they use on either other people or other objects, so like they tinker with it or they try to lie to it or whatever. Those are the 3 categories. All the points that are in one category give you 10% as your base value. So for any point in fighting, any point in whatever, 10% of that is your base acting value then. And every time you try to roll for something where you don't have a fitting skill, you can roll for the base category value instead. So this is what Samuel is going to do now. He has an act of how much?
23, including the 10 bonus.
Including the bonus. So 23, let's go.
I believe in you.
Okay.
But I'm standing well back with these chests.
It's a 10. It is a 10.
It's a 10.
Let's go.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so Samuel goes to the corner of the carriage that Lyris has shown him, puts a real grip on, makes sure back is straight, knees are bent, we don't want to have a slip disc, also shouted to him around. And he is putting everything, and you can see like the blood vessels pop out of his strong arms as he heaves the thing over, slowly at first, but then like as if he was flipping a table, flips over the whole carriage. And the horses are like shooing off and start to, what's the English word for a sound that the horse makes? I'm not an English speaker. Oh yeah, they start neighing and going away from the carriage that was just flipped over. And then you two can see that they're looking at something in the sky and then start to neigh even louder and then just dash off.
Get under the carriage, get under the carriage, get under the carriage. Also, what was in this chest?
Oh, shit.
I assume that you've picked up everything from the chest.
So we found our stuff.
So that's fine. That's fine.
Was there anything else in the chest?
A couple of leather gauntlets, armor pieces, stuff like this. Something that's hard to just carry like this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so you're hiding under the carriage.
Carriage, definitely.
Yeah. I'm still holding onto the sword that I swiped from one of the soldiers, and holding the carriage above us, trying to fit under it, the two of us as much as we can.
Yeah, you can hear the flapping sound of a large creature coming closer and closer. You can see when you're gazing from underneath the carriage that you are a shadow of like a big winged creature coming towards you. And as you snuck a glance up into the sky, you can see something that even for you is very irregular, is just a giant black-scaled dragon flying over you towards the north. But it doesn't appear to see you, nor does it seem to care much about the horses that are just dashing down the road and are now gone. What do you want to do?
How did you hear that? How did I not hear that coming?
I don't know, maybe readjust your skills.
Well, maybe I do. I'm sorry. It suddenly got really personal for a second, really fast. If I wanted disappointment, I would get him back in touch with my estranged parents.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I got antsy when I nervous.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. You just saved our lives. We're fine. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. It's a giant dragon. I have never seen one that close before.
No.
Yeah, in your world, it is actually known that dragons have died off long ago, so that you're just seeing one randomly fly over here is very weird.
Dragon should be dead. Dragon should be really dead.
Why is there a dragon? I don't know. Why is there a dragon right next to where we were? They're gonna blame us for this.
Oh no! Not again! Shit!
Talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Shit! And we just knocked out our 2 alibis. Fuck.
Okay.
I don't know.
So we were never here. Okay, we were never here.
All of the prison documents that say that we were here, definitely lying.
Wait, about those, they probably have some transfer documents on them. That's proof that they were taking us from here to there.
Yeah.
I mean, you find if you're going through the chests, you would find wanted posters of you with very crude sketches, with a insignificant amount of money, but enough for the guy that should have gotten you over the border has ratted you out to the Imperial Guards, and
Oh,
cashed
this
out.
piece of shit.
Yeah. But there's no that it does there are some documents. There's a letter addressed to the general to the place that you were going in with that described what kind of crimes that you've done and that you were trespassing over the border as well, and that he should just put judgment on you. But there's no other document about you. You're all things considered small fish for these. So your business as usual.
Look, if you
Okay.
didn't have loving parents, this wouldn't be a problem.
How dare you?
We could just leave. But no, you had to have loving parents.
They took care of me. Okay, they took me in when I had no one. So I owe them.
Now you're just making them nicer. Shit.
They are really nice.
Stop saying that.
Never mind. I tear up all of the incriminating documents as much as I can,
You do what?
and I tear up the incriminating documents.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna figure out a way to dispose of them, and uh, take one of the swords and take all of my equipment if I find my equipment that I came in with. The knuckles, the letter, the old ring, all of those things.
All your stuff, yes.
We have
Since it might be a random question, but it is important. Can you describe to me what you're wearing? So like how do you look like right now? So I have a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Would you like to go first? Oh, okay.
Samuel, kick it off.
So Samuel is wearing. So he's wearing a loose fitted shirt, which looks like if you look closely, it looks like different pieces of material stitched together, almost as if the person who made the clothes didn't have enough to make something for his size, and it's been stitched together with different shirts or different things that they could. Same with his he's wearing a pair of pants, which also at the knees it's like, okay, well, not the knees, but each leg looks like a different color, and it looks like they've been stitched together again for his benefit. Yeah, it's blue shirt and gray pants, gray and darker gray, but like they look very, very distinctly different. And shoes that are too small for his feet, but somehow he fits into them. And yeah, that's about it. And he's going to pick up a backpack or like a sling pack from the equipment. That's where all of his stuff is.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Laris, how do you look like?
Oh gosh. He kind of looks like an academic. He has a cotton woolen shirt, on woolen trousers, leather belt with like some sort of metal buckle, leather shoes. He's got several pieces of jewelry, which are copper and gold, both his braided through his hair and along his fingers. As well. And the stuff that he gets out of the chest is nowhere near as exciting. It's a backpack, some like tinkering tools, a pouch of water. So you've got and what looks like several notebooks, and he just slugs it over his shoulder. So he looks fairly unassuming.
All right.
Definitely less exciting than Samuel.
Practical is what I would call it. So yeah, what do you want to do? So Samuel is like packing up stuff. What do you do next?
Do you want to follow the road? Do you want to run into in the forest?
Do we know how long the journey would have usually taken to the next village?
I mean, with the horse carriage, it would be. I mean, you weren't driving fast, so you weren't going faster than walking pace. So in like 2 to 3 hours, you would have gone to the military base right at the border.
Okay.
And back, yeah, you were gone for like, I don't know, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah. So we at best have 2 hours before people start to ask questions over where we are. I don't think staying on the road is going to be necessarily our best bet.
I think I
Just-
agree.
Pardon?
I agree.
Yeah. Do you want to go find your parents?
Oh, I don't think going into town would be a good idea.
Do you want to fake our deaths? We could have very, very potentially died in a dragon attack. If anyone believes that their dragons exist.
That's a good idea, but
shit,
I
that's
don't.
gonna be really hard.
Yeah, also, I don't want to give my parents a heart attack by them thinking I'm bad. So,
Oh shit.
look, this
Again,
is
if you
wrong.
didn't have loving, frail parents that were so lovely and cared about your well-being, we wouldn't have this problem.
I
Could you
It's the
agree.
reason I don't make friends.
This is why I don't make friends.
Okay, what you want to do?
Um,
So you're standing there in the cold. Time's ticking.
Look, I've given some suggestions. What do you want to do, Samwell? Because it sounds like you just want to turn yourself in, in which case, why did we knock out some guards?
No, I think we should just run into the forest, figure it out. Just make our way to a town, escape. Stick to the original plan, right? Escape through the north wall, get out. And then again, north is where the dragon went. So do we want to go there?
Not really.
You know what? He's going to reach into into one of the guard's pockets, flip a coin. Heads, we go into the forest. Tails, we go north. Right? And I'm going to literally roll. I'm going to flip a coin.
Okay. Roll the dice. I don't know. Even is heads and uneven is tails.
Okay, perfect. Okay, it's a 45, so that's odd, which is tails. So we go to the north wall.
Okay. Lead on,
Okay.
big guy.
Okay, so where are you going now?
We're gonna go stick to the original plan, go north, escape through there.
Okay.
But
As
not
you-
on the road.
Not on the road. So you go off the road and then you walk somewhere.
Yeah.
That's fine. As you are leaving the carriage, behind you, and go into like the thicket, that is next to the roads, trying to stay out of sight as good as you can while still making good pace, you notice the surroundings change a little bit. It's diffuse, almost dark, even though it's just morning. The colors fade, things disappear, and as you, Samuel, are like cutting a trench through some bushes for Lyra as well, you suddenly step on the other side of a bush, and there is just darkness. Lyra, you follow suit, and suddenly this darkness is also encompassing you. It feels like you can't actually, you don't feel like anything. It's just dark. You can't hear, you can't see. You feel like you're there, but even kind of not. And you get 100 points, both of you.
Oh wow.
Let's go.
And well, you kind of just continue walking, though you don't feel any legs, you don't feel anything surrounding you. As you, Samuel, suddenly touch a cold surface, feels like metal, and you're touching around there, and you find a handle. It seems to be a door. What do you want to do?
You see this? This is
You
I
don't
don't
see
see
any.
fuck
You don't see
shit.
anything. Lyra, you feel like you feel Samuel has stopped because you can feel you bumping into him. That's all.
There's a door here in the middle of nowhere. Do you want to go through?
Nothing about this situation is normal. I don't know why you're having an issue with there being a door.
In the middle of nowhere?
We shouldn't be in the middle of nowhere. We're weird too.
Okay. I'm
Knock,
gonna try
knock,
to.
fucking knock. Be polite.
Okay.
You seem to be
Okay,
polite
okay,
about
yeah.
everything else.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna barge in, but yes, I think knocking is a smarter plan. And knock, knock, knock.
You knock. You can feel it is a sturdy metal door. And as you knock, suddenly some lights go on. And you have to squint your eyes, take a moment in, as you take in your surroundings, which it appears to be a concrete tunnel of sorts. There is a big green light above the door that you're standing in front of, which has a weird symbol of a white guy running towards the door. And you see like pipes run at the side of this tunnel back into where you presumably came from, but you turn back and it's like just a gangway going. And as you look at yourself, you appear different as well. It's like you look down on you and this makeshift shirt that you used to wear now seems to be like nice fitting, but also like in different pieces, but very artistically put together. It looks a little bit punkish. Your pants as well, and you hold a black suitcase in hand. And you, Laris, you seem to have a well fitted um, black
He
suit
looks
on
even
with
more like an academic.
yeah, he looks even more like an academic. You have like leather shoes on,
What the
and
hell?
there's a weird apparatus on your arm with like wires and whatnot, and you have a weird piece of metal in hand that is like shaped like an L and has like a groove where you can put your finger in, and you feel a tremendous amount of static coming from it.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
What do you do?
What the fuck? What the fuck? I drop the item.
Yeah, it flops and something goes off and you see just like a spark fly against the wall and leave a hole there, like a
Shit!
small one.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I don't know. What is anything? Why do you suddenly look put together?
Why do you look more like you did?
I don't know. Fucking shit and fucking magic.
Um, so, do we just keep going? I think.
I don't. We can't. I mean, we could try turning back.
Suddenly, as you're turning back, you hear a screeching sound like a warning siren go off. Attention, all personnel! We have been breached. We have been breached. And then you hear shouting from where you came from. Like a lot of people coming towards your way.
Is that us? Are we the breach?
Run. I don't know. Run. I'm picking up the L-shaped object and I'm
Yes.
looking it.
Okay, I'm gonna follow.
Okay, you open the door, you step out into a scenery that you can barely comprehend. You see like towering buildings left and right of you that almost blot out the entire sky. There's a rain falling down in between those towering buildings, and there is lots of signs that glow in all different colors, advertising things. And you look behind you, and there's like another tower in the middle of it, even higher than the rest of them, made entirely, almost entirely out of glass. And you can hear like some flapping noise, and you see some things with lights flying over the sky, looking through the trenches in the buildings. What do you do?
Oh, I could definitely blow some shit up here.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm going to keep running because I don't want to get caught trespassing or breaching or
We already got
whatever
arrested
happens.
once for breaching borders. Fucking run.
All right, as you run, suddenly you hear a thunderous sound cutting through the air as something zers past you, Lyris, and cuts you just a little bit. You lose 2 life points. Yeah.
Oh no!
As you look behind in the gangway, there's a couple of similar looking to you, kind of like they have suits on and a weird colored piece of fabric in the middle that ties it all together, and they have those L-shaped things pointing towards you. And every time they pull it, there's a flash of light, and then something like flies past you. But you
Oh, if it looks like they're looking at us, and you said there were a lot of electric lights, or we don't know it's electric, but neon signs
Yep.
around, and I can feel the static in the
Yep.
air. He's going to try and use some of that electrokinesis just to enhance the static and try and blind them, like a flash of light, basically.
Yeah.
Because he understands that, even if he doesn't understand
Sure.
the physics of
Roll
what's
for it.
going
Roll
on.
for it. Don't forget, you
so-
have 100 points to use up now as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't know enough of what's going on. 46.
46.
49, sorry, that was upside down. My threshold is 95.
Okay, so you did it. So you can feel the static glistening in the air as you draw from all these neon signs that are all overcharging in one big blast. As the first couple of
Sam, close your eyes.
as the first people come running out of this doorway that you just left out of, it explodes in a flash, and for a second, Samuel, you cannot see anything.
Shit.
Do you have a skill that would reflect you reacting very quickly in a way?
I have stealth, but I don't think that counts. Light-footed.
No, not really. So you could use some points to acquire a skill that would let you like react to this, like reflex or something like this to not be blinded and roll for it if you want to, or you just take it.
I'm going to take it for now. It's just blinding light, right?
Mhm.
So
Okay,
I'm assuming it's not
Yep.
going to be lasting
Good.
damage. So I'm just gonna just stop where I am, cover my eyes. My eyes, my eyes! What did you do to me? You blinded me!
Shit, sorry.
Yeah, and that's
Right
it.
into a wall.
Also, the people just coming out, being full center of the blast, are holding their eyes and writhing on the ground.
Shit, sorry, fuck, shit, this is
Suddenly-
what happened when something blew up.
Yeah, Laris, suddenly you see something pop up in your vision, but like not in a physical way, but you're looking at something, and it follows wherever you look. There's like letters popping up in your vision that says like enemy hack in progress, and then like a bar filling up. What do you do?
Enemy hack in process.
Yes.
Okay. Does Lyris understand the etymology of the word hack?
As you are trying to understand what the word hack means, yeah, you do. You understand perfectly that somebody is trying to, on a wireless technological level, try to interact with you, and that if he succeeds, that's gonna be harm to you.
Okay, who? He's never done it before. When he's gonna put some points into hacking.
All right. Perfect.
And try and
How many points do you
block
put in?
is this an interaction or knowledge?
That would be interaction, definitely.
Interaction.
Yeah.
Let's put 65. No, 60.
Okay.
So I still have 40 that are usable. Something else. I'm just gonna type hacking.
Yeah, that's fine.
As an interaction skill.
Perfect.
That's increased my interaction overall, so I now have 21 in
base.
interaction as base. So that's 81 is my threshold for hacking.
Okay, roll for it.
Now. And I'll mark off 60 points from there. Come on. 59. That is a 9, not
59.
a 6. 59.
Yeah, that works, right? It's below 82.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, you do it similar to how you use your electromagnesis powers, where you feel the strands of like static throughout, but instead you're feeling this connection to this other person that is somewhere. You can feel it. It's somewhere in the building. You reverse the connection, and get in touch with him, and then you cut the connection to you, and you see that this thing is going off. So it's disappearing. This written thing, and everything seems to be fine.
What the fuck? You can't see. I'm seeing invisible things that are now visible. And I thought magic was bad. This is magic, isn't it? This has got to be magic. It's not magic. It's science. At least some part of my brain is saying it's science, but the other part is saying it's magic.
As you're pondering over this, and Samuel is rubbing his eye, trying to find his way, you can hear two more shots being fired at you. One at Samuel and one at you.
Oh no.
Ooh, okay. Okay. The shot against you, Laris, is just flying past you, and shots into the wall behind you. You, Samuel, you get hit in the shoulder. You are losing 33 life points.
Oh.
Just for clarity for the chat, everybody has 100 life points. They're also percentage. So Samuel is now in the threshold of being hurt. I mean, you got shot. So yeah. And then like you, Samuel, since you can't see, you got hit by something. Suddenly you feel pain. You go down incidentally behind a trash can.
I was going to ask, is there something to duck behind?
Yeah. What do you do?
Is there anything to duck behind?
Yeah, there's a trash can where Samuel is now behind
like
it.
Anything big, because Samuel's a pretty big target. Or is it one of those big?
It's one of those big city trash bins. Yeah.
Yeah. Lyris would like push Sam over it, look at Sam bleeding, going like shit, and then just yell in the direction, fucking stop!
Surrender the artifact, and we may give you a proper jurisdictional process. And you hear them slowly coming closer.
Fuck is the artifact?
Samuel had a suitcase in hand.
Oh. Are you attached to that suitcase? Samuel?
Steve, are you there?
Steve got shot and suddenly died.
Yeah, I think. Steve, that wasn't my intention. I think we have connection issues. Yeah, Steve is connecting, reconnecting. There he is.
Yeah. Are you able to hear us now, Steve?
Hi, sorry about that. I had a network issue. We lost power, so my Wi-Fi died. So I apologize.
No worries. We're being shot at. You took 33 points of damage.
Yeah, you got shot.
Being shot. But we're now behind a trash can. And they're yelling that they want the artifact. So Lyris has just asked Sam how attached he is to the briefcase, though I didn't use briefcase as a word because I don't know that. The bag! What's in the bag?
I don't know. Do we have enough cover behind the trash bags?
Yeah, for now. Yeah, but you again,
Okay.
Laris, here, so you can hear them coming closer. You finally are able to see again. Like everything is a bit faded out. The contrast's not all there yet, but you can see.
Okay, I'm gonna try to open the bag that I'm carrying, and I'm gonna try to see what's inside it.
Yeah, you see. You open the case. The case is like I don't know, such a big square, something like this. And you open it, and there's only one small piece of what appears to be a metal construct, but very finely made. That is encased in a very soft material inside of the suitcase. On the one side of the thing, you can see like golden pins out, and the other side is like covered in other metals and a more of a leathery kind of texture, but it's not leather, it's much harder.
Okay.
With my newfound understanding of hacking and also my skill of investigation, which I already had.
Yes, you look Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't let you roll because that makes sense. You
Okay.
have both of these skills. Yeah, you understand that this must be a piece of technological software that you can put into yourself if you so have a slot for it. And you also have the slight feeling that you have just stolen it, so you cannot remember
Why?
how.
Why? What is it about
Oh,
being
oh,
around you with crimes being committed but people not remembering? Because the common denominator is you.
well, you're the one who knows magic. Magic, my memories. Why don't you help me with that?
I don't know. Does does the what you said there were wires on Lyrus's
Yep.
arm?
Yes.
Does he have any slot where the software could be
No, but
inserted?
as you feel around the arm and where the wires lead, you feel that you have an insert at the back of your neck. A
Am I going to
possible
do
insert.
something real stupid? I don't know what's going on. The more information we have, the better. Fucking stick it in. Me.
Okay,
That's
you
not an
stick it in.
innuendo. I don't mean that as an innuendo, Sam.
Um, where does this? You want me to put this thing in your body? What?
He like pulls out, he's quite long dark hair, and he pulls it to the side, and you can
Yeah.
see like a hole or a slot at the back of his neck. It wasn't there a minute ago. I don't know what's happening, but stick it in.
Okay, you
That
stick it
seems to
in.
be a solution.
You stick it in, and as you put it in, you see some weird signs scroll over your vision. As you can hear a voice. Oh, finally, let's get the show on the road, shall we? What are you doing here? Pick up that gun and get to it. And you look up at the bin, and there's a person like semi-translucent, with a metal silver arm, and shades on, and he's smoking a cigarette. It's like, what are you looking at me for? Those are the guys you need to take care of.
Who are you?
That's not important now. Get to it. And you can already hear, you can see one of the guys like go behind the trash can and taking another shot at you.
Oh,
And he
Um,
hits.
oh no.
But you only take 12 damage as it nicks your foot.
Is that me or Sam?
That's you, Lyrus.
Okay.
Yep.
I can do reverse math. I'm very proud of myself.
so this dude who just shot at Lars, is he within range of me?
Yeah, you could like jump at him if you wanted to, yeah.
I'm gonna punch him in the face. Right.
All right,
Yeah.
give
Just
me a fighting roll, but it is more difficult due to you still like recovering from being blinded. So it's by
fair enough.
deduced by 10.
You do also
Okay.
have a sword, remember? Oh
Can I-
wait, does he still have his
Oh, yeah.
sword?
He does have a sword, but the sword now looks a
Right.
bit different. It has like a curved shape and is glowing slightly purple.
You have a katana.
Um,
So cool.
okay, so instead of punching him, then what if I were to use the brass knuckles that I have? Use that. Will that give me a little bit of? Will that balance out the disadvantage?
It would increase the damage that you're doing and the effect that punching him would have, but it does
Okay.
not
Okay.
give you bonuses to the roll itself because that's just like
Okay.
we
Fair
now
enough.
need to check if you actually manage to hit him.
Okay, that was a 68 out of a total of 73. That hit.
Oh,
Let's
nice.
go.
Okay, yeah. So as you're swinging a punch, you can feel like your brass knuckles tighten, and then you see as you swing the punch how your arm is just like the skin is popping off in shards, and like a metal fist releases some steam as you punch that guy in the face, and he's flying across the backyard into the wall across from you, and he's like leaves an indent there and then just like slumps together as the other person is ducking behind another bin and seemingly tries to contact somebody for help. You,
Oh, if it
Laris,
looks
hear the person that is standing on the bin, like the translucent person. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
if
Is
I
he
Show
dead?
it to those suits.
feeling the like energy and somebody try to contact someone, I'm gonna reach out across the like
Yeah.
airwaves and try
Yep.
and block the call.
Yes.
from
Roll
happening.
for hacking.
Roll for hacking. Oh, let's go. 81 is what I'm. 68. Close. 68. So 81 is my threshold. 68 is what I rolled.
68. Okay. Yeah, you feel that you feel that connection that is going out into the tower. You can hear him like subconsciously calling like, we need backup. We have some psychers on the loose here. I can't handle them alone. All the others are already down. And as you feel the connection, like you snip the call, and then you get the nefarious idea you could do something else now since you are connected to him. You have
Connected.
access.
Oh, connected to the guy who was making the call?
Yes.
Oh, great. Oh, how nefarious do I want to be? I don't know if he fully understands his capabilities, Lyrus, yet, so he probably won't be too nefarious, but he's gonna punch through with that connection. And again, because Lyrus doesn't have necessarily fine control right now, he's just going by instinct. It's full, like it's almost like a DDoS attack. Distributed denial of service, of he just overwhelms the entire system to try and like affect however you want to rule that going.
No, that's fine. Roll for hacking, or the electrostatic thing would also work. However you want.
Is by higher, so 84, so electrostatic is 95.
Okay, good. That works. So yeah, you connect to him, and you feel like there's connection to his eyes, connection to his lungs, connection to his arms and whatnot, and you just like you press the button, and all lights go off, and you can hear. So he was like cowering behind the bin, shooting at you, and suddenly he shuts up, starts shaking. There's like sparks flying over, and then he is just like going down like a board of wood, and he convulses there. He's alive. You can feel that this is not deadly what you did to him, but he's out for a while now.
You see panic flash across Lyra's eyes, and then he just looks at you, Sam, and he goes, "I'm not a murderer yet. It's still just you."
I am still hyperventilating from the dude that I punched because.
Yep.
Did I kill him? Oh no!
Possibly. We don't know.
You can see that he is still moving as he is slouched out over there, so he's not mangled or anything. And you can see that he has scuffs under his skin where you can see metal shine from underneath it.
Okay, we need to move.
We need to get out of here right now. Yeah.
Strange floating ghost illusion person. Where are we supposed to go?
Did you hit your head? What are you talking
to? Unless you want to continue this party, I'd say you'd run away from Arasaka Tower as fast as you can.
Run
and he
where?
points towards anywhere where they can't find you.
Lyrus turns to Sam and just goes, apparently we need to run, and we need to run fast, just away from that thing.
Yep. As you're running towards one of the trenches between those towering buildings, you can see that person that was standing on the bin give you the thumbs up as you are running away before it like glitches out of reality and disappears. And you once again find yourself like you're walking, you hear like flying machines above you that try to catch you with their lights, but you are staying underground, kind of like in between the buildings. And then things turn dark and dark again, and the colors fade out once more. And you're in the same situation that you were just a couple of moments ago, where everything just stops. Yeah, everything just stops. That seems to be the best way to describe it. As the sounds of these machines and the city, the shooting and everything goes away. Also, the pain that you both have is fading away. As you are stepping once more into that dark and get another 50 points. And we're also going for a break now. But yeah, we are back, and we just had a whiplash of emotions, I would say. How you doing, Mack?
So Team Chaos, I don't know whether Team Chaos is reigning supreme in the chat, but it feels like Team Chaos is reigning supreme in the stream. So yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm loving the change in genres. um, but Lyris is definitely panicking. Not
Yeah.
okay.
I can understand. How are you doing, Steve?
Steve is okay. Sam, on the other hand, is uh, still freaking out because he almost killed the dude. This one was mostly intentional. Um, so not
Mostly.
100%, but
This one was mostly intentional. I feel like I need to get that on a t-shirt.
Alrighty, then let's jump into after a short excursion into a metropolitan city, what it seems to be, but Lyris and Sam will have a hard time of actually figuring out what these places are. They ended up back into the dark void. You now, before the break, I told you got 50 more points that you can use to spend on skills to make them better or to acquire new skills to adapt to situations. And yeah, as you are just floating in the dark, in the void that has now engulfed you once more, you start feeling again. Feels warm, feels fluffy, but you also feel just a tiny bit headachy, as if you'd had too much to drink the night before. As you, Lyris, are twisting and turning, and you're rubbing your eyes as the morning sun um, is shooing away the darkness that you've been part of for the last moment. And you find yourself in a very cozy and comfy bed, with a fluffy blanket on top. Very very comfortable. You can see Samuel, and you feel like, yeah, last night, wow, you went ham.
Mm. Fully pulls the cover over his head and
Mhm.
just burrows down and pretends that nothing happened.
In the meantime, Samuel, you are also regaining feelings, as you feel you're not as comfortably laying down, but still on a very soft surface. You can feel your feet dangling off of something. As you open your eyes, you find yourself in a room that is nicely furnitured. There is a black square on one end of the room. There's a glass table, and you are in what appears to be on a enlarged chair that is cushioned with pillows, where you wrapped yourself up in a blanket that is only covering you until the knees, and the rest of your feet are dangling off the couch. And you also you feel it. Your head is fuzzy and slight. You have a slight headache. It's like, what did you drink last night? You can't remember quite. What do you do?
so Samuel is usually a morning person. So he likes to,
Mm-hmm.
take charge of the day, seize the day, do his stuff. But today he doesn't feel himself. So today's taking charge of the day is going to be just investigate the room he's in firstly, because it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
look like he's been here before.
No.
And so I'm just going
I
to
mean,
go straight.
I mean,
Yeah.
as you're looking around the room, so like I said, there's nice furniture, there's a glass table, there's other chairs that seem fine. Then the black square that is on a cupboard, just laying there. You see that there is a glass pan window that you could open and go out to a balcony. And you don't remember ever seeing this place again, but this, as soon as you think about it, it's like, oh, this is Lyra's place. And you two went out partying last night, and then you ended up here. You don't quite remember how.
Um, is Lara in the same room, or do I see him? Or
No, you don't see him
okay,
unless Lyra's. Do you make a sound while you're under the blankets?
You probably would have heard like a rustling from, the sound of blankets against blankets, but and maybe a bit of a heavy sigh as he burrows
Yeah.
down.
You can definitely hear somebody else in the living,
right.
so in the living space here.
I'm going to go for the balcony open the door. My seize the day bit is going to be to soak in some sun.
Yes.
Try to ward off the not ward off, but like try to get rid of the headache with a little bit of vitamin D. That's the plan for now. Just you know, hands against the balcony railing, looking up, eyes closed, just breathing softly. Just you're okay. Everything's fine. Just had a night out.
Yeah.
Everything's decent.
Yeah.
It was just
The
drinking.
the warm sun is indeed helping you clear up a bit of the brain fog. You don't feel as headachy and as dizzy anymore as you take a couple of breaths of the fresh air. Since you closed your eyes and just like bask in the sun, trying to comfort yourself, you can also hear the sounds of sirens in the distance. And a lot of people shouting and screaming far away. And you can also hear like some weird noises that you would pin on animals growling or something like this. But for the moment, all that matters to you is you're on the balcony, you have fresh air, and the sun is shining in your face.
How high are
Lyris,
we in terms of like what full floor are we on?
can you say that again?
Oh, how what floor are we on? Like are we in terms
You
of like the balcony
are,
wall?
as you look down, you'd say you're like on the fourth or fifth floor somewhere, but there's
Okay,
also three floors above you, so it's a very tall building you're in. Also, the surrounding buildings are all like high build, multi apartment kind of buildings. And you can see if as you are down on the streets, you can see a lot of chaos and cars just standing everywhere, and a lot of people running through the streets, and other people chasing those people that are running through the streets.
Oh no.
What do you do?
I'm going to keep to myself for now, soak in some vitamin D, and then go back in to investigate the weird noise that I heard.
All right, Laris, what do you do? Are you just stuck underneath your blanket?
Oh, he's fully cocooning.
Okay.
Like pretending that the world doesn't exist beyond this. His head hurts. It was a wild night, whatever happened. He's had some real strange dreams. A little bit, I think he has one of those moments as he kind of like pauses and just feels the back of his neck to see whether or not there's that thing that he dreamt about.
Nope. Nothing there.
On his arm, and he just goes, weird fucking dream. Nope, just gonna wrap a little bit tighter. Doesn't matter.
As you assemble, you
covers.
you go through the apartment. You're currently in the living room where the balcony is. You go back. You see that there's like an open kitchen where a lot of leftover snacks and food are just strewn about everywhere, and a lot of bottles of beer and other liquids. You make your way. So from the kitchen and the shared living room, there's a hallway. You go down there, and there's two other doors. One leads to the bathroom, and the other leads into what appears to be a bedroom. And you can see, no, you did not recover HP. And you see Lyra's just full on emotional self care burrito mode on the bed.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's the vibe.
What do you do?
I'm gonna try to shake him a little bit. Hey, rise
No,
and shine. It's early
no,
morning.
no, it's not.
It is. The sun's out.
I
It's a
can't
beautiful
see it
day.
from inside here, therefore it doesn't exist.
Come on, we gotta go do things.
We
You
don't
can't
have to do
just stay in.
anything except exist.
What about food? Do you not want food?
I'm not hungry, I feel nauseous. My head hurts.
Yeah, so let's get some protein and you get rid of that hangover.
No. Movement is the worst. I had some really weird dreams.
So did I.
Really? What was you
Yeah,
dream
there
about?
was
I saw a fucking
I don't.
dragon.
So did I.
Wait, what? And he like pops his head out from the blanket. Mine was black,
Yeah, same.
not in a racist way.
Yeah.
Okay, you saw a dragon, and then I saw like a lot of neon signs, and you got hit by like an arrow. It wasn't an arrow. Wait.
Oh, I'm gonna.
DM.
Yes.
Did the medieval experience that Lyrus had feel like a dream to him, or does he feel like he's a medieval person and the setting he's currently in is weird?
As you reflect on what happened up to this point, all of the experience that you have feel very much real. You have lived that. It's not just a dream, or if it was a dream, was the most vivid dream you ever had. But as soon as you try to like think about like what was before it, so like you can remember how the experiment like went badly, but if you're trying to remember details, they're just not there. If you try to remember like old childhood friends, there's just nothing coming to mind right now. It's like it's just blank from that moment on. It's just blank.
Did my two theories? One is we're dead. Don't like that theory. Did my explosion go worse than I thought it did? Like, did I?
You remember very clearly that the explosion went badly, that property damage was being done. You remember then that they that you ran away from there, you packed your stuff and you wanted to just go away,
It's
but
it's definitely not because I punched a hole in the planes or anything. Great. Not my fault, Sam. Why you stayed over last night? My
Yeah,
head's...
I woke up on the couch.
Yeah, my head's really fuzzy.
Same. It feels like we had way too much to drink. There's beer bottles everywhere. And
Okay, let's get some water.
Yeah, I don't even drink that much, so this is interesting to say the least.
Yeah, beer.
Yeah, who drinks beer? That's.
I must have run out of wine. Only reason.
well, there are a couple of wine bottles in the kitchen too. So
yeah,
if
we ran
you're
out of
walking
wine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get some water. He's gonna like pad through very slow, takes the duvet around him.
Yeah.
As he does so.
Yep. Yeah, you go out into your apartment, and while you are definitely sure you've never seen this place before, you know that this is your place. This is where you live. This is where you live.
My head still hurts. Can you have the reverse of deja vu? Because that feels like it. That's what it feels like happening right now.
Isn't reverse deja vu just experiencing something for the first time?
But like when you know it, even though you haven't experienced it.
I never thought of it that way.
I don't know. I'm not a psychologist.
Yeah, as you're working to alleviate your hangover, you drink some water, get some food in you, some salty snacks, and you feel way better. You can hear quite the ruckus from outside, from the hallways outside of the apartment.
From the hallways.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like a lot of people moving at the same time. You can hear not shouting, but like people talking, and a lot of people talking, and you can hear the footsteps of people just walking past your doorway.
Lyrus will go over and open the door and just be like, is there a fire?
And you open the door, and there's a lot of people just like passing your hallways, coming from the upper levels of the stairs. You take a look outside, and you see an elevator, but you see that there's a light blinking, saying out of order, as people are trying to move to the lower levels. And as you like just shout that out, I was like, Fire? Haven't you watched the news? We should all evacuate as soon as possible. There's some weird virus going on, driving people insane.
Oh shit. Sam?
Yeah,
Apparently we need to leave. Again. There's a lot of running.
I am so tired of running.
My cardio is not good enough for this.
Yeah. Okay. What's this about the virus? Is it what?
Haven't you watched the news at all? Like the
No,
world's going
we've
crazy
been.
since we
How long has it been
and
happening?
and she points to the floor, and Lyris, you see that you're standing on top of a newspaper. It says like world ravaged by mutated virus, people going insane and eating family.
I'm
The
gonna go
government-
back to bed, Sam. Just wake
It
me
has to
up
be.
when we fall through space again. He like shoves the newspaper into your chest and walks past you.
And like the young person is in front of you. By the way, would you give me a facial recognition roll, Samuel?
Oh,
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
what skill would that be?
He has that.
Um,
Oh, wow,
he
that's
just-
such a
he-
specific skill.
Yeah, he described me that he was a bouncer, so he was able to like
Mhm.
remember
Pick
people's
out people.
faces.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
so
then also from
cool.
a crowd.
I love the flexibility of this system.
Did
it's
you make
like
it?
24
Mm-hmm.
out of 44, so I made it.
Okay, you made it. Yeah, you look at this person that is standing in front of you. And as you like take a closer look at their face, you realize that he is looking like a perfect copy of of one of the Imperial Guards that you've knocked out today. And that takes you a bit aback. But he's like there and just standing there, and then starts to explain, yeah, the government has put up shelters. We should all move there as soon as we can. But like electricity is gone and whatnot.
What else do you know? What's your name?
Uh,
Do you live in the
my
building? I've
name.
never seen you before.
My name's Mark. I live next to Lyris. I don't know nothing else. It's just a week ago they found some weird mushroom species, and then they said like there's a virus going on, and people need to get vaccinated. But it was like super chaotic, and then like after a couple of days they said like people are driven crazy by that virus and that you should stay away from them, and that the government is setting up safe spaces for people to go to if things went worse, and I guess things went worse.
Oh, okay. Do you know anything else? What are the symptoms of this disease, or like how do
But
how do you get infected?
I don't know how many, but apparently the whole city is in utter chaos. They just gave the warning signal, the emergency broadcast that everybody should move to their nearest safe spot, and then the power cut out completely. Water's still working, but everything else seems to be dead.
Okay. Uh,
I
right.
think you
Get to the
cut out
shelter.
there, Steve. I
We'll be there.
couldn't. Can you repeat that because
Okay.
you cut out in the beginning?
Oh, I just said, just go get to the shelter. We will meet you there soon.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
And
just
he goes
safe.
off
Yeah.
with the rest of the people.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand there for 2 seconds reading the newspaper before I walk back in. Hey, Lars, we should get out. This doesn't seem real. Maybe we.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Last time we did our thing, we were running. So maybe we want to run again so we can,
Yeah,
I don't know, go to wherever we were before.
yeah. Totally. Like Lyris is like rocking backwards and forwards on the bed at this point. Yeah, sure. Oh, oh. I don't know where we're supposed to go, but I'm sure if we follow the crowds of people, we'll find somewhere. Sure, great. Huh, You can fight off somebody going insane trying to eat people, yeah? You could do that.
I could try, I think.
Great. I'm just gonna, yeah. I think I have a baseball bat somewhere.
Okay,
Want to
that
go
will
and
definitely
find
come in
As a
handy.
matter of fact, you do. So Lyris is in his bedroom, and at the side of his clothes cupboard, there's a baseball bat.
Which is ironic because I don't play baseball, but my ex did. So, um,
Well, I'm glad they didn't come for their stuff, so that's
yeah,
yeah.
it's fine. Um, weirdly,
Also,
Lyris puts on some of his jewelry, like
Mhm.
his rings, kind of, and then just takes a moment to see if he can feel that sort of staticky electricity
Yeah.
that he's used to being able to feel. Um, feels a little bit comforted by that, sensing that it's still there. Goes, okay, we got to move fast then. Uh,
yeah, I wanted to ask about that. They said they cut the power. Can you feel it because of your magic stuff, or
I mean, I can feel energy. There's electricity everywhere, not just in power lines. It's stronger there, but there's electrons, protons, all of that. I can create static to a small amount, even in the weather. I could feel it. You said it was raining outside?
No, it was sunny. Today's sunny.
Okay. It was previously raining in the last place we were in,
Yes.
and it's hard to keep things straight when you're falling. Wow, my brain hurts. Okay. The elevator was out of order. I might be able to get it working to get out of the building quickly. Then we'll work out the next step.
yeah, that works.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Right.
grab the sword if I can, if I still have the sword, and I'm gonna walk out.
Okay.
So just walk out. Okay, great. Yep. Yeah, you're in the hallway. People
Fully
are
still
now.
takes the doona.
What?
Fully still takes the duvet
That's okay.
as
Yeah.
everyone is outside.
Lars walks inside with a blanket over his shoulder. Yeah. There's definitely less people now since I guess most of the people already try to leave the premises. But there's still like a couple that are coming downstairs, all with backpacks and some with suitcases. Walking past you, looking at you a bit funny, especially at Samuel, who's like 4 or 5 heads taller than everybody else. And yeah, you make your way to the elevator. You can just see there's like a button for going up and down. And on top of the elevator, where there should be like the sign for where the elevator is at right now, there's just an out of order sign that is blinking. And if you press the button, nothing happens.
I mean, we could take the stairs. I thought there were more people than there are.
Not anymore, apparently.
Or I can try and make it work. There'd be fewer floors that we have to go through. Okay. Okay. Rubs his fingers together to get the static starting forming between his rings.
Mm-hmm.
Puts both hands. Loses the dude a little bit from his side, so has to grab it again. So it stays on very dramatically.
Before you give me an electrokinesis roll, can you give me a tinkering roll to understand how this contraption works that is in front of you?
I can. I have 65 with the 15, so that's an 80 that I need to roll under with my tinkering. Oh no, I do not. I rolled an 100.
Okay, so oh no. Yeah, you're putting your hands at the contraption. You
The first
try
time
to
I've
like
ever rolled an 100 in any game.
well, there's always a first for everything, right? And you let your static energy like go in, and you try to figure out how this mechanically works and whatnot. And you feel your way around the wires that are built in there, but I think you're going a bit too overboard as you send in too much energy, and you can hear a fizzle and a crack as the display that was above saying out of order is cracking, and some glass shards fly over, and then there's nothing anymore.
Yeah. Lara scrambles back a little bit. Sort of like into Sam. And just goes, I'm still hungover. You know the explosion I told you about? Let's not
No.
repeat it.
You're right. I don't think it's going to be a good idea, especially with how big this building is. I think maybe we just take the stairs for now.
Yeah. We're on the 4th floor, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Stairs it is. You go first, big guy. Taps you on the
All
arm.
right,
Has to reach up a bit to do it.
Samuel has the baseball bat with him, right?
Oh, I think Lyris has.
Oh, okay.
I have the
No,
sword.
I don't. But I can go back into the apartment and pick up the baseball bat.
Okay, yeah,
Big
sure.
kitchen knife.
Okay, so heavily armed Laris is coming out of the apartment as you two walk downstairs. And you can see that once you get to the ground floor, there is a lot of noise, a lot of people shouting. It's like, what are we supposed to do? What? I mean, where are they all coming from? And then you hear like things bashing against the door, and you hear the crackling sound of glass as you look out to the exit of the building, where a lot of people have formed like a barrier that hold down the doors, and from outside a lot of weird looking humanoid creatures with like distorted faces and mushrooms growing out of their heads are slamming themselves into the glass door and trying to get through.
Well, shit. Back upstairs, Sam.
Is there a back door to this building? Is there a way to get out?
I don't know. I don't
Because
remember.
going
We can look.
upstairs, we're going to get trapped if we go upstairs. Or is there a fire escape, something?
It might be one. Looking frantically around for any signs for like a fire escape or anything.
I mean, from where you are, you're on the ground floor. You don't see
So
anything.
they
I mean,
wouldn't be
you see a fire extinguisher. You see that there. You also see
Okay.
that there is the stairs going down one level below into the cellars. But whether or not there's an exit there, you don't know.
We could try the cellars, or we could try and force our way through.
How many did you say there were?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. There's like at least 15, 20 of these creatures outside of the doors and like smashing themselves against it, even squeezing other people in front of them into the doors. And you can see that the glass doors are starting to crack.
He said, is there an apartment or anything down here?
Yeah, there are.
There are some apartments. Are any of the doors open?
Doesn't appear like it. Not open, but yeah.
Yeah. Sam, can you get into one of those apartments?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna use some of my points. I have 150. What can I put super strength as skill?
I would just say strength. Wouldn't say super strength, but just strength, and you put some points in there. That's fine. Oh. And then you can roll for it to crash open the door. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put 70 points in strength. Yep, that takes my total up to a 90, which is great.
Wow.
Watch me roll.
All right.
That's a 61. Okay.
61, and you need to hit 90. Fine. Okay, so yeah, you're going to the first door that you realize, and you just go there and smash the door in. It flies out of the hinges. Like it still hangs in there, but like the lock is broken and whatnot. And you can hear like some glass crashing as it falls into a cupboard and takes some stuff off. All people are like, see Lyris with a knife and a baseball bat in hand, and then the brute that just kicked in the door standing next to it, and they're like, okay, maybe we should be worried about those and not what is out there.
We're in
and
the
then, like,
with you on the
They
inside.
like give you some space.
Um,
Yeah, you're in.
Look for a bucket or anything. Also, is there a window? And Lyris is just going to go and look at the fire extinguisher. What type of fire extinguisher is it? Is it a water-based?
It's the foamy ones. That's the only ones that
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Like, I didn't even know others
Okay.
existed.
There are like 5 types of fire extinguisher.
Oh, I'm not deep into the fire extinguisher lore. I'm afraid.
No.
It's the one that
Okay.
shoots this like powdery, foamy
Yeah, the
substance.
foamy sort of
The
stuff.
one that,
Okay.
if it goes bad, you have to have like special forces come in, take it off of you, because it would kill a whole apartment block.
Okay, not using that. Not going to be useful. Yeah, are there any? Is there like a bucket or anything?
You're standing in the entryway of this
Is there a
of this
janitorial
living room.
closet or something?
There's some doors there, yeah. There is
Okay.
2 doors. So if you come in right in, the first door you can see it's just a glass door that is ajar, and behind it is a kitchen. And then there's a door that is closed, and then there's another door to the right, so they're all like on the same side, that goes into
Okay.
another room which is also closed. And then there's an open door, and you can see what appears to be a living room if you just walk straight up.
Okay. Sam, plan. I need to get some water on those things.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So, rush, take the bucket to the sink, fill it up with water, and then throw it at them. Is that what you're
Yep.
saying?
Bucket,
Water's-
mop, whatever you want. We need to start getting. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you go into the
let's-
kitchen.
Yeah. Fill up the bucket with water, and
Stay hydrated, people.
Stay hydrated. Everyone take a
Yep.
sip.
So yeah, you go into the kitchen. You can see that there is windows on the kitchen side, where it's like a meter drop until you are on a flat surface. The backyard of the place where you live seems to be like this shared park thingy, and it seems rather quiet, with the occasional mushroom-headed person waddling through it. But other than that, it seems to be fairly quiet. But yeah, you go to the sink, you turn it off. There's you find a bowl or something under the sinks or so in some of the cupboards, and yeah, you have a bowl of water. What now?
Okay, Laris, do we want to
If it's free that way, we could just go that way rather
do
than
the thing
that
that you're
way.
suggesting, where I'm assuming you fill water on them?
That was
but
going to
what
be the
about the other
plan,
people?
but it seems like that direction is
As you're contemplating the plan, you suddenly hear a crashing sound from inside of the living room.
out the window.
And Samuel, as you look out in the hallway, you see an old woman with a flower-dotted dress that is shambling towards you, and has like a mushroom growing out of her head.
Toss the water on her and then out the window.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh no! I'm gonna just throw the water right at her face. Yeah.
As he throws the water, I'm going to try and create a spark in the air and use it to conduct water across her. I'm just going to fry this old woman.
I don't even let you roll, because throwing a bowl of water at an old woman that is walking at a snail's pace is not that difficult. Yeah, roll for electrokinesis.
Let's see. 37.
37, so you made it. Yeah, as you send out the electrostatics forth, you hear the light bulbs burst that are still in the sockets. As the static is engulfing this old lady, who starts foaming out of her mouth and screams in a gurgling noise before falling flat on her face in the hallway and just stands as
Laris
it lays there.
Use the non-conductive wood baseball bat to push her into place so she's blocking the door while she's smarting, and then turn to Sam and go, "Run! I'm a murderer too! No!"
That escalated quickly.
I'm gonna throw the bowl.
So wait
through
a
the
minute.
window.
So, you electrocuted the old lady.
Yeah.
Then you closed the door that you just smashed in, and barred it with the body of her.
But
Did I get that right? Okay, just so we're clear what's
Just so
happening here.
everyone's clear what's happening.
Okay, continue. What happens next?
Okay, I'm gonna try to open the window, see if we can.
Yeah, it has
get
like this handle thing, and you can just open it up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump through. Wait
You
out for.
Yeah, you don't even have to jump through. You're just like walking over the windowsill and stay there, looking into the kitchen from outside.
All right, let's get out of here. I
Okay.
pull out my sword. I like unsheath it, and I'm
Damn, you look cool.
trying to look cool with it, but
You look really cool.
thanks. I've never used one of these before, but I never had to because knuckles.
Your word's a murderer. I believe you. No, I don't really. I still think you're a murderer.
Hey, you killed an old lady.
She was gonna kill us.
How do you know? What proof do you have? Just
I
because
have
it
no
wasn't in the
proof,
news?
but I also have no proof she wasn't already dead.
Okay, I'll give you that.
As you're arguing, you suddenly hear. No, Samuel, give me a listening check.
Let's go.
Since you do have listening.
That is a 90. Oh no, I think that fails.
Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, you're arguing with Lyris. As you, Lyris, see from behind him, so there's like some bushes in front of the windowsill, so that you just go onto the windows that easily. You can see that there's some rustling in the bushes as one of these mushroom persons are jutting out from the bushes and grab Samuel from behind, who didn't notice since he was like arguing how cool he was and that he's not a murderer.
Shit, no, use a sword!
How am I grabbed?
That is a 93. So yeah, he's grabbing you and he's trying to bite you, but since you're like you try to get away from him, he's just like snapping at air, but he's still grabbed onto you.
Okay.
So what do you do?
I'm gonna. So I'm assuming he's on my back, basically like a backpack.
Yeah.
He's. So I'm gonna, without looking, I'm gonna try to do like a whatever thing, and I just jam the sword behind me, like I'm like the way you put an arrow back in the quiver, that way, that
like
action, using
over.
yeah, but using the sword and trying to slam it through the dude's through the zombie infected person's skull. That's the plan.
That is a very specific action. I let you do it, but it's gonna be harder by 30 points because you can't see he's grabbing you. You need to hit his head and whatnot. So fighting with minus 30 would be fine.
Okay.
There's some way I can help.
Oh come on! I got a 61 and I needed a 60. Come on.
You have this is the last mechanic that is still here. If you have points in certain sections, you get inspiration points, or in German it's Geistesblitzpunkte, which lets you re-roll a roll that you failed. So I don't know how many you have in the section. There's like the base value you have, and next to it is a number. And that's how many times you can do it. It's the brain with the thunder. 2. So you could re-roll 2 the whole session. So you could now use one of those points to re-roll this if you wanted to. But the second roll sticks then.
Could I add points before I roll the second time?
Yes, I'll allow it.
Okay, so I'm going to add 10 points to fighting, which takes the total up to 80 plus. That takes it to 101. So that's going to succeed, but because I have minus 30 on it.
Yeah, you need to roll 71 or under.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Don't fail me. That's a 96.
Oh
no!
Oh no! Yeah, you try to hit him with sword, but he's like raiding around trying to put his teeth into you somehow, and you just miss it. You seem to nick him, so you definitely hit something, but it's not like going through his skull and taking him out. Yeah, he's still running, kicking. Lyris, what do you want to do before?
Oh gosh.
The mushroom zombie does its thing.
The mushroom zombie. I'm out of water. I have a knife. Is there a way I think Lyrus is just panicking at this point. He's just possibly killed someone. Um, uh, is there a way that I could try and get the knife into the zombie?
From where you are, it would be very difficult. You could try to use fighting, but since like
I don't
he
have
is
fighting,
riding on the
yeah.
back of, but you have
Okay.
points, so you could spend some points.
It's just lightning then. That's my
Okay.
only. I am just gonna try and paralyze him, like make him freeze, like lock up the muscles,
Okay.
in place. So
But you only want to
maybe that
hit
will help with the
the,
fighting.
the zombie.
I'm trying to just hit the zombie.
Okay, then I'll
This
make
is
it
gonna be hard.
difficult by 20 points for you too, because you need to
Okay.
like move the static around somewhere.
Okay, I need 75 or lower if I'm
Mhm.
using electrokinesis.
Yep.
Oh, okay. 58.
58,
So
yeah,
that's
that
below
works.
75. Yeah.
Say you Samuel, you can feel that whoever is on your back is stopping writhing, but is now clamping down as the static is like cramping up his muscles. He's not moving anymore. He certainly isn't trying to bite you, but he's like a human-sized zombie-looking backpack now.
Lyrus is like holding him in place in front of you and going, at least he's easier to hit now.
What do you want to do, Samuel? So yeah, the creature cannot move. So
I'm gonna try to reach behind me again with my free hand this time and just
Yeah.
throw him into the wall. Like, you know, like what's it called? It's a just think of it like a wrestling move, basically. So like just
wait, you take his
grab,
head and then you.
yeah, just
Okay.
slam him into the wall, just as loud as hard as I can.
Yep,
That's
sure.
the plan.
Give me fighting.
Is
It's
there
not
a way
even
that
harder.
I can assist by like releasing the paralysis just at the moment to make it so it's easier to pull him off?
Give me. Since you don't know what he's doing, I'll
Okay,
let you
no
roll,
worries
but
then,
it's
don't
more
worry.
difficult. So let's see. Yeah.
I don't know what it's doing. It's fine. I just will
okay.
watch.
Do I have
knife.
sorry? Do I have any disadvantage on this throw?
No. Since the creature cannot move anyway, since it's electrified,
Yeah.
and you're unaffected.
So I have 101, so it's not gonna miss. So
yeah, then you yeah, since it's not you just succeed. That's fine. Yeah. So yeah, you take him and you smash him against the wall, leave an indentation in the wall structure, as the creature is letting out a clicking, gargling sound, before Lyra's electrostatic ceases to have effect, and it falls off limply and just lays there in the bushes.
Ew, run!
run. That's all. That's all I say as well. I
Or it's
just
kind of like
take off.
tosses the
You run.
duvet over it and starts running.
All right. Let me just prepare something. You are running. As you're freeing, there are still a couple of these mushroom people that are haphazardly shambling towards you as you're running through the backyard of your former living space. And as you are getting further and further away from your house, this engulfing darkness returns. You take out, you
Oh
go out
no,
on,
not
you wanted
again.
to go out of the street, but everything just dissolves again, and you cease to exist. You get another 50 points. Can I get a check on how many you still have free? Just so I know.
140. I really need to use them.
All right. Samuel, how many do
I
you
have
have?
120, including the 50 you just gave us.
All right.
Yeah,
So
140. That's including the 50 you just gave us.
Yeah. Alrighty. Good. The darkness. You still feel running, and then like a whoosh happens, everything disappears. You stop feeling your legs and everything. And this time it seems to don't take as much time to throw you out again. As sunlight is shining into your eyes, or at least it feels like sunshine or light. As you find yourself in a space full of, so you see a blue sky in front of you, and in front of you is like a brown, rocky, but like weirdly looking pathway that just goes straight ahead. and left and right from this pathway is just an endless chasm that goes out into the blue. So that everything is blue around you. And then there's this pathway that you're walking on. And you can see there's some like shrubbery and bushes and hills and whatnot to be seen on one side of this pathway. But as you look further down the pathway, they're not bushes, they're just like paper thin things. So when you walk, also look to your left, you can see like bushes being there, decoratively placed in the middle of nowhere. But if you look ahead, you see that they're just like paper thin cardboard cutouts, something like this. And you can see that in front of you, dotted over this pathway that you're walking on, are like blocks of stone just floating in air, and big golden coins also flying and turning in the air.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Did we just go two-dimensional?
No, you seem to
I
be
was
very three-dimensional. Also, the pathway
No, that's
and the
what
blocks
Lyra
are.
says to
Oh, okay.
Steve. Sorry.
I'm not sure. But I'm getting the strange sense to fix some pipes for some reason.
I mean, I always have the sense to fix pipes. That's basically my job. So.
Wait, I thought you were into electricity.
I mean, I dabble. Invention, sort of blacksmithing,
Fair,
architecture,
enough.
engineering, science.
I'm gonna try to reach out and grab one of the coins.
They're very far away. So in front of you, you can see like there's a stretch of nothing, and then there's like a couple of boxes dotted in the sky. And as you look forward, you can see like a small brown creature with thick eyebrows and just no arms, just two stubbly legs wobbling towards you.
Oh, hi.
It does not respond and just keeps moving towards you.
Wait. Is that one of the mushroom things that caused the other mushroom things in the last place we were in?
It looks way cuter than that. It doesn't really look human at all. It's like this tall, has like thick eyebrows, big eyes, and two big teeth, and it just has like this blank expression as it walks towards you.
I don't care that it's cute. It looks like it has teeth. It could bite me, and the last place had people who were biting it, a lot of mushroom fungi growing out of it. Sam, do you have the I don't have the baseball bat. I lost the baseball bat. Do I have a knife still? Does he still have his knife?
You have a knife.
Yeah. Sam, it's not responding. Hi, I don't want to stab you. Please respond if you don't want me to stab you. It wants me to stab it, Sam.
I think so. Yeah. I pull out my sword again, and then take no step further. We're not here to fight, but we will if threatened.
Yeah, it just comes at you. It is not like, I don't know, 2 arms length away from you. It's just like going. It doesn't even really look at you. It's just like blankly staring in front and just comes at you.
Maybe we should.
Can I dodge it, or is there no space? Can I like sidestep it? Or step over it, basically.
There's not enough space, so it like basically takes on the whole like width of this pathway that you're on, and left and right is just like chasm of nothing.
I'm gonna use some of my points. I'm gonna put 55 points into jumping.
Okay, you can do that.
And
what do you do then?
I'm gonna try and I'm behind Sam.
Yeah.
So either gonna try and be like, Sam, can you give me are you jumping? I don't know. Or I'm gonna try and jump it when it passes Sam. I don't know what Sam's doing.
Yeah, what are you doing, Sam? The thing is almost at you.
I'm gonna try to intimidate it if possible. You know, again with this sword out again. But first, if Max wants to jump over it, I'm gonna help him first. Sorry, not Max. Sorry, Lyris. My bad. I'm gonna help him first, and then I'm gonna stand my ground.
Okay. So what exactly are you doing? Just describe it to me.
Give Lyrus a boost to jump.
Okay.
And
roll for strength.
Okay. Strength that's a 91. So 83. I succeed.
And it succeeds. Yeah, you get a plus 20 to jumping, Lyrus.
Oh my god,
Let's
that brings
go.
up to an 84.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jump.
Okay. 45.
45. So yeah, you get into jumping position as Samwell just picks you up and throws you towards that thing. And then you like make a cool pose in the air as you come down and step on the thing. And it squishes.
Oh
and then
shit.
it just disappears. And you're fine.
We didn't get bit. We didn't get
No.
bit, Sam. We're not going to turn into zombies. We're fine.
I feel like you should celebrate, just like a woohoo kind of thing. Don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, you're right. Woohoo! Yeah, that felt right. That felt good.
Look, I really want to get to those coins. Do you want to
Okay,
leg
do you
it
wanna-
again?
Yeah, we're gonna start running.
Yeah,
I gotta
you
get
start
the
running.
coins.
And you are now at a couple of blocks. So there's like 3 glowing blocks with a question mark on it, and in between there are like brownish, rocky type looking blocks that are just floating above your head now.
Do the glowing blocks
Oh.
feel like staticky?
A little
Or
bit.
do they seem to glow with something else?
Well, it just seem to be golden and shiny, mostly, and glittering in the sun.
How are they floating?
And
I'm
you,
gonna-
Samuel,
I'm-
you're tall enough that you're just like running, so like just you have them in front of your face, and you can see that there's another glowy golden block above the others that you have in front of you.
Okay. I'm gonna try to punch one of them.
Okay, yeah, you punch one of them, and they it doesn't hurt your hand. It's just like they give way and move a little bit, but then shot back to where they originally were, and then they turn like completely dull as if made out of copper. And then there's a mushroom coming out of the top and just starts like going away from you towards Lyrus, and then like drops down and then continues moving towards Lyrus.
No, more mushrooms,
no,
more
no.
mushrooms. I don't want them. Sticks out the knife in front of him.
What do you do, Samuel?
I'm gonna try to use my sword to knock the mushroom out of the path so it doesn't hit Lyrus. Because we
Okay,
don't know
yeah,
what these mushrooms do. So.
you knock the mushroom, who's going at a very leisurely pace towards Lyrus, and knock it off into the chasm where it just falls and falls and falls some more, and then you just can't see it anymore.
Oh no! So lesson learned:
no.
don't fall off. Yeah.
Yeah, I suddenly want to jump a whole lot less.
Oh.
Just
Did I
punch
manage to collect
random
any?
things.
You only punched the one box that was in front of you. The other 4 boxes that are still there are untouched.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Do you want to punch the other boxes, or should we just avoid them and just? There might be more mushrooms in there. We don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. The mushroom looked cuter, and that one didn't have teeth.
True,
Certainly
but
didn't.
we don't know what the mushrooms do.
So I don't know what. Everywhere we go, there seems to be just such weird shit.
Yeah, why are we at the center of it? I don't know what escaping from prison or seeing a black dragon, why that would cause us to jump through. I don't even know what.
You don't think that this is some kind of new prison? Like some magic shit where they keep us trapped in our own minds or something?
Oh, I don't like that. I don't even want to think about that.
Oh gosh. Well, you really want one of the coins, so
as you are looking around as well, you see that at further distance away, behind some green-looking pipes and some more stone blocks and some floating coins, you can see like a flagpole with a flag where there's also a mushroom, but this time a green mushroom, printed on it, and it's just like waving in the wind. And it seems really enticing.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like we're supposed to get there.
Yeah, it looks like final destination. No, that's like the end point of whatever this is. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Well, how
seen like
about we
finishing
don't-
flags used in horse races before.
right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
how about we don't run this time? Because every time we run, we find those weird,
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
portal things. But if we don't
Okay.
run, if we walk, maybe we don't see the portal, and maybe that's the lesson that we shouldn't run. But we should take our time and be patient. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe that's you're right. Maybe the lesson is we should stop running from our problems and confront them. Because I do that a
Oh,
lot as a person.
yeah, I feel like it.
Emotionally. I mean, usually less physically, but we have done a lot of physical running. Okay. Yeah. You're so smart.
I don't know where this is coming from, but apparently I am. And you know what? Just
It's
for the this whatever, I'm gonna give myself like 50 points in philosophy or some shit because
I love
Okay.
it. I
Yes,
think
please.
it's coming from the warmth of loving parents who have nurtured you as a person.
that's
Yeah,
very
that's
wholesome.
fine. So you now have 50% in philosophy.
I can't thank
What
you
did
for
you?
that. That means a lot. They will be very
Yeah.
proud to know that their
Yeah.
efforts paid off.
Yeah. Maybe if we ever get out of this, it'd be nice to meet him.
Yeah. I don't really have a lot of friends, so they will be happy about that too.
Oh, well, is it because you murdered them?
Okay, for the last time, I did kill him.
Right. I believe you. We're just gonna walk at a leisurely pace towards
Yeah.
the flag.
You walk at a leisurely pace. You pass some green pipes that are boarded up on top of it
Mhm.
with wooden boards, and you manage to climb on top of them and around them. And as you walking towards what appears to be like there's like these stairs of rocky blocks going upwards, and behind it you can see the flagpole. But two more of those brown, just walking, waddling creatures come towards you.
Do you want to
What do you
hit
do?
it? Or do you want me to jump on it again?
Oh, I feel like you did the heavy lifting previously, so maybe I do a little bit now.
You got
Equal
this.
partnership,
Yeah, equal.
and yeah. So I'm gonna whip out my sword again, look square at the first dude right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Come at me, piece of shit, and just swing my sword.
All right, roll fighting. It's a
Roll
not
fighting.
very fast moving target.
I have 100 on fighting, so
Oh
do I
yeah,
need to
okay.
roll?
So describe how you do it.
Um, yeah, so I basically swing the sword as far back as I can, almost like a baseball bat,
Mhm.
and I swing forward. And Lyris, you can see the sword glint in the sunlight as it just cleaves through two of the or two of
Yep.
the dudes in front of us.
Yeah. So you
like
cleave through them. There's no blood or anything. That's just the halves just separate and then flay out into the distance before they just dissolve and disappear. The way is free. You walk up to this stairway pyramid of blocks, and as you are on the top, you can see that there's a flagpole there. It's about 3 meters away from you until the pole is there, and below you is like 5, 6, 7 meters of just drop down because like the stairs went up and then like straight down. But there's ground underneath, so
There is ground underneath those.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You said there was some wooden planks over a green tunnel back
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Laris kind of looks at Sam and goes, "Well, I mean, I could try. I don't know if I could jump quite. 3 meters is quite far. But there are some like planks I could maybe build as something to cross over.
But do we need to touch the tip of the flagpole? Or do you think
I
if we
don't
just touch the
know.
flag?
Behind the flagpole, by
that's
the
good.
way, you see a brown castle-like structure, but it's very small. With an
Okay.
entryway behind the flagpole.
I understand what you're saying, Sam, but at the same time, I got put in prison because a bridge that I was supposed to be building blew up. And I feel like this would be a very cathartic narrative moment for me if I could build a bridge that doesn't blow up and it helps us.
I think that's perfect. I 100% believe in you. Just because it happened once doesn't mean it's going to happen again. And
Yeah,
yeah, let's do it. Let's go. I'm going to quickly grab some planks,
I feel like
bring them towards.
teaching
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, you go through these pipes, you rip apart these wooden planks of it all. And you take some of the blocks. This time you don't smash them. You just take them and use them as material as well. Put in some golden coins that you found on the way as well.
Yeah,
Give me a tinkering
yeah.
roll.
Okay, I'm gonna put a few more points in tinkering to improve my tinkering.
Okay.
Put 15 more points in it, which brings it up to 80. I don't think the sheet is calculating properly. It has got unhappy with me.
How much does it say that you have?
It's 80. I put 80, another 15 points into tinkering. I had 65, so it brings it up to 80. And then it's got the 15 in the column next to, but it's saying 80 after that. I'm pretty certain it should say 95.
Yeah, it should say 95. Just
The
roll for
sheet has stopped
95.
working, so
Yeah. Could be.
it's not happy with me. That is a 59.
59. So yeah, you can see Lyra is absolutely going to town on the materials, like sticking things together. Weirdly enough, sometimes when you're like, I could really need a screw or like some gluing or things together, you're like going through your pockets and you always seem to find just the thing that you need. Yeah. And you bolt this makeshift rigid bridge together out of wooden planks, stony blocks that don't seem to be all that stony, so they have like a weird consistency. Some coins for like stabilizing things, and you let it go from the very top to the bottom, and you now have like a slide, a very uneven slide. I wouldn't slide on it because like different materials just plop together to the flagpole.
Laris takes a moment to observe it. You see a couple of tears. This feels good.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. You know what? I don't remember the last time somebody told me that. I'm proud of you too.
You got me now.
Though you probably hear that a lot from your very loving parents. He's going to walk. Go ahead and walk across the bridge.
Yeah, you walk across the bridge to the flagpole. That you need to touch. Like you like have to shivvy around it because like the pathway is not big enough. And as you touch it, the flagpole makes a weird whistling sound as it comes down. It doesn't hurt you. It just comes down, and then behind this weird castle structure that you're moving towards, it's just like fireworks going off into the sky.
Woohoo!
Yeah, what you do?
Let's go.
Again. Yeah, it felt appropriate.
All right, as
sorry.
you walk into this, just need to make sure. As you walk into this, it looks like a castle, but in a very abstract way. As you walk towards it, you see that you can go in there, but you also see that the walls are like paper thin and made of like a very, very unsolid kind of matter, but it just stands there. In the middle of it is one of those green pipes, this time without any boarding, and it seems to lead somewhere. And you can see behind on the castle walls, somebody scribbled the words, "Your princess is in another castle," with an arrow pointing down. What do you do?
Were you looking for a princess, Sam?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, I do have like a, no, I was not actively looking for a princess, but like,
Right.
yeah, no, For you?
No, definitely not. Not after my ex. The one with the baseball
Exactly
bat.
my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear like some weird noises, like some white noise, like just in the background. As you look behind you, you see that the pathway that you walked across starts to disappear, like block for block, coming closer to you.
Well, that
Oh,
feels like the physical embodiment of my existential dread. Let's jump in.
Do you?
Do you want to hold
I'm right behind you.
hands?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, I mean, sure.
Yeah. As
Hold
you
hands, jump in.
Oh, you hold hands, you jump in. I mean, you're both very big, but the pipe doesn't mind. It just extends its physical form to accommodate you. You hold your hands as you slide down into the dark. And then again, once more, it is dark. For a second there, you can feel the hand of Samuel that you're holding, Lyris. For even that emotion stops. Then the falling emotion stops. The hearing stops. You don't feel anything anymore. You just are for a second. And then you both can hear a voice saying, simulation parameters out of bounds, end simulation. And then you're just there. You can still think. You have all these memories in hand, but you don't have a body. You don't feel anything, but you can feel that there's still some way to change. Like what you've done before, so like acquiring new things, you feel like you could do that still. It's the only emotion that you get for now. What do you do?
Yeah. Are you still here?
You cannot talk. As you try to speak, you realize that there's nothing coming. You feel the presence of Samuel, though. And Samuel, you can feel the presence of Lyris. But when you try to talk, there's nothing coming out.
Is it too late to put some points in telepathy?
What?
Is it too late to put points in telepathy?
Yeah, you can. Sure. You feel like you could do that. How many points do you use?
I'm thinking another 60 points into telepathy to try to communicate with.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So.
Okay, put the points in there.
I
don't need you to roll. You're starting to like develop this sense of spiritual connection, and you reach out to the presence that you think is Lyris. And yeah, Lyris, you suddenly hear in your consciousness the voice of Samuel.
Oh,
Are you okay?
I'm not okay.
What is this place? Where are we?
Is it worth trying to use any of his hacking and or investigation to try and understand a little bit more about? He heard simulation ended.
You could try hacking. You feel like there is something that you could connect to.
Okay. He will try just to see what there is. 82 is what I need to roll under. That is 49.
49, so you made it. Yeah, you connect to a network, and as you connect, there's like hundreds of memories flooding into you. All the things that you've seen, places you haven't seen, but definitely you've seen it. That there's like data coming into you at a rapid pace. And as this initial sense of overwhelmness goes away, you feel like there's some devices that you could connect to. There's like something that seems to be like an eye looking at things that you could connect to. There's a thing that seems like it is taking in sounds. You can hear like mumbling, two mumbling voices say like, so what you gonna do for the weekend once this is over? Like, oh, I'm taking my girlfriend to eat some sushi maybe. I mean, depends on how long this is gonna take. What do you do?
Lyris passes that along to Sam, sort of just does a
He hears what you hear since
stream
you're
of
telepathically
consciousness.
connected.
Yeah. Do we try to wake up?
Do you want to wake up?
The simulation's over. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know if we. I'm down to try to wake up if you are. I feel like we've gone through this together, and this decision to wake up should be the decision we make together.
I don't think I can restart the simulation.
So what happens if we wake up?
I don't know. I guess we get to go on our next adventure, whatever that might be.
Sounds like fun. Hey, everything's fun when you have a friend, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
With that, you both make the decision to wake up. Use that last ability of you, where you feel that you can still change. You awake, you make yourself able to listen, you make yourself able to see, and you can see that you're both inside of what seems to be a glass container full with liquid. And as you do and look around, there's like two people coming to the glass, like looking at you in utter bafflement, looking at each other, and then start to like celebrate and be super happy. One of them goes to a cupboard, takes out a bottle of wine, uncorks it, and they both start drinking. And as you look inside of this place that you now inhabit, you see at the back of the wall 4 letters BAAI, and underneath, Department of Biological Adaptive Artificial Intelligence. And this, my friends, is the end of BAAI and How to Be a Hero. Thank you very much. You two were absolutely great. You made it till the end, which means is Team Chaos reigning supreme? Can you weigh in? Yes, Team Chaos is reigning supreme, so that means I have to donate £60. I'll take Anne along for the ride and say she survived too. But yeah, that was it. That means short farewell. My name is Naro101. You can find me on Twitch. I'm an Austrian game developer where I live stream progress on my game. And on occasion, I do streams like this. This was my very first tabletop RPG stream I've ever done. Back then, only in German. This was the first time in English. And I absolutely loved you two. You did so great. Mack, do you want to say where people could find you if they want to?
I'm difficult to be found, but I am around. Hopefully on another stream like this at some point. But thank you so much for DMing.
Yeah. Thank you for being such a wonderful player. Steve, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitch or on YouTube under the username SassyPants1996. That's the name that I go by. Or on Twitter, I couldn't get Sassy Pants for Twitter because somebody else already has it, and I've been trying to get it for 2 years. But Steve H4815, that's my Twitter. I play a lot of TTRPGs. I do a lot of faceless, pantsless streams. That's what I do. Thank you for this. I am so emotional right now.
All right.
Oh.
With that, I guess I'll leave it to you, Kenny, to journey on with the other people to the next session. Thank you very much, Roll for Good, for having me on as a DM. Thank you very much for being such awesome players. And thank you, Team Chaos, for pulling through. Have a great rest of a Sunday and enjoy the other two sessions. That was BAI. Goodbye.